So Mars conjunct Uranus, just a general kind of overview of Mars, Uranus, Taurus, and just kind of looking at this chart. What does this mean? Um, this is also a reminder to not be scared of astrology. The only thing to fear is fear itself. And I only get on here to do astrology to work with that principle alone. That is the only thing that motivates me to talk about astrology is the fear factor for people. It's a long story how that evolved for me to do this, but I think it's the most critical thing I could talk to people about today online, and especially about things like astrology or anything really, is to be very mindful of the fear factor in your brain. So there's nothing like a good Mars-Uranus conjunction, that's linking up with Pluto. And, uh, then we've got like Saturn and Neptune off doing their thing here. But there's nothing like a chart like this to just start whipping people into a fear frenzy, an anger frenzy, a reactionary kind of mob mentality. But it's really the fear. It's not the planets doing this to people. It's fear. And and fear can create people in people, these strong reactions where they get angry, and something like a mob mentality can prevail. It's, when people can feel more warlike and more reactionary. And so that while that is there, you don't have to fall prey to this. So yes, is there a tendency inside of all human beings to be like this? Yes. And you have to remember this is inside of you. It's not the planets like pulling your strings. This is a tendency that all humans have, but we have many other tendencies as well that we can draw upon to offset the most base tendency we have. And by base, I mean, the lowest tendencies we have that we would like to overcome, that we wish other people would overcome. Usually, if we're in a place of fear, we're wishing somebody else would be different, right? But here with astrology, what I think is so important is to understand how you can be different. If you want to create change in the world, if you don't want the world to be, if you perceive the world to be messed up, if you perceive the world to be violent and scary, the way you change is to go inside and deal with those emotions and tendencies inside of yourself. And I know not everybody wants to hear this. Not everybody wants to work on themselves first because they're so scared of the other, that group over there, that country, that other political party, that our neighbor, some person in their family. We're so preoccupied with those others that we forget that we have all the power inside of ourselves to change not only our lives, but the world. The only way you can change the world is by going inside and working with these tendencies within yourself. So if you find yourself feeling really reactionary, really scared, really worried, really angry, fretful, anxious, the place to start is you. And how you do that is, it's a lifelong journey, but the time to start is now. So if you're concerned about Uranus and you're concerned about Mars, notice how you're feeling. Notice right now, like as you listen to this, are you sitting down? Are you lying down? Are you walking? What are you doing? Just take a moment to breathe and notice what's going on inside your body. Can you feel tension inside your body right now? Where is it? Is it in your neck? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your chest? Do you have a tight chest? Is it in your solar plexus, that, kind of band of muscles that runs around under your ribs, right below your ribs? Is it further down in your belly? Where is the tension? Notice that. That's right now where your Mars and Uranus are hanging out. That's your anxiety right now. If you want to work on it right this second, Just keep breathing and noticing that area, and breathe as you notice it. And then as you breathe and notice that area where your Mars and Uranus is hanging out, just keep observing it with your mind's eye as you breathe and notice that area of your body, and notice how it begins to change. It will shift and change as you breathe into it. Just notice as you breathe. Notice that area. And notice how, as you breathe and notice that area of your body, that it shifts and changes. Some of you may even find that any discomfort you felt has dissipated. And some of you may notice that it's just less than it was. The longer you sit and notice this area of your body and breathe, the more it will tend to work itself out. And within minutes, or sometimes less than a minute, you've resolved this Mars Uranus inside of yourself. That's how simple and powerful this can be. Your attention in the present moment is the most powerful tool you have in life. And if you're concerned about these times, I would say just stop and notice where the tension is in your body. Just take a few moments to put your mind's eye on it and breathe and notice what happens. Notice how powerful you are. And this has an energetic vibrational quality that when you do it, you're not only working on your own self, that vibration ripples out into the world around you. You have become a force of good in the world. You have become a force of nature in a good way. When you stay stuck in that nervous tension, that fear, you're a force of nature, but you're perpetuating the negative side, the underbelly of Mars Uranus. And I'm not saying you have to be quote unquote positive. All you've done while breathing and noticing the part of your body that was tense is undo the tension. You didn't have to slap a happy face on. You don't have to smile, but you can, in a vibratory, energetic way, change your own energetic frequency, and you can begin to change the world that way. And you don't have to smile while doing it if you don't want to, and you don't have to be overly positive. You're just working on your vibrational frequency. And you can use the higher side. Once you've done that, you'll find you can use your energy, i.e. Mars, and your desire for positive change, Uranus, in a better way once you've dissolved the anxiety. So go out, go forth, and change the world. Take care.